swarm of Metroids flying behind a building. Let's make this. Go ahead and create a particle path like I showed you in a previous video. We want to track our footage inside of After Effects, so I use 2 high contrast points on the building because that's the focal point of the comp. We'll create a null to store the tracking data and make sure that the motion target is set to that null. We'll apply the tracking data to the null object and link the Metroid swarm to that tracking null. Now you can see the swarm layer is linked to the camera motion. And since this is a pan and tilt shot, we don't need to do a 3D camera track. Now we need to place the Metroids behind the building. So I'll duplicate the footage, rename it Roto Building, and I'll create a large solid about double the size of the comp, and I'll use that for my roto layer. I'll link that to the camera track so we can minimize the amount of keyframes that we need. Notice here that I only carefully rotoed the area that the Metroids are going to pass behind. Everything else would just be a waste of time. I then used that solid as an alpha matte, and now the Metroids are behind the building. I also added pixel motion blur because I didn't render the swarm with motion blur, and I added film convert on top of all this to blend everything together with film grain inhalation. And with all that, you get this.